Well, they played out arguably the craziest game of the season back in late February, a 4-4 draw that will live long in the memory. Can tonight's return game in Parramatta match those heady heights? Maybe. Western Sydney Wanderers serving notice in the derby that they are on a mission this season, and a win will all but confirm their return to finals football after an absence of 6 years. Here's the team news tonight. A couple of changes from the Wanderers team that demolished Sydney in the derby. Tomislav Merchela returns after suspension, with Tom Beadling dropping down to the bench, while Amor Layuni will also start among the substitutes after a big week of travel to and from Africa, where he helped Tunisia qualify for the African Cup of Nations. So Yenny Mbakoto starts. Still no Gabriel Kleur or Morgan Schneiderlin, though the latter is on the bench. Aidan Simmons continues at right back, and Callum Nieuwenhof starts, despite only just returning from overseas duty himself with the Olyroos. Now, 3 changes for Adelaide from the 11 that started against Wellington last time out. Ben Warland returns in place of Nick Ansell in defence after shaking off an adductor injury. Ben Halloran is back after serving a 1-game ban, and Hiroshi Ibasuki will lead the attack. Luka Jovanovic drops down to the bench. Jay Barnett misses out with a hamstring injury. Captain Craig Goodwin makes his 150th A-League appearance for the Reds. That's after starting both games for Australia against Ecuador. But it's Milos Nikovic of the Wanderers who gets the ball rolling. The return of the domestic competition after the international break. And really, Daniel McBreen, we couldn't wish for a better contest to resume the competition.
No, it's a fantastic feature, isn't it, Simon? Good evening, everybody. These two teams, as we get ever closer to finals, looking to really take an edge into that series and stamp themselves as the favourite contenders against Melbourne City.
And both in red-hot form at the moment, and certainly full of goals as well. So we're not expecting a 0-0 draw, that's for sure. Pitch doesn't look the best. Let's hope it plays better than it looks. There's the goal count for the Wanderers, 31. Adelaide have 44, all told. There's a bit of open space here on the left for Kusini Yengi. Looking to attack, Javi Lopez and Traore. Well, that would have been a collector's item. Hasn't scored in this competition since 2013. That was for Melbourne victory against Perth Glory. Although Yengi would probably have been flagged for offside had it gone in anyway.
He was just mistimed the run, just went a little too early in the offside position, and Traore supporting on the inside there.
Ninkovic, it was the right idea to try and play in Yengi. Well read by Isaias, that's beautifully played out. Halloran. Kitto. Leaves it for Clough. Kitto again. And Clough trying to lob it. Oh, it's a brilliant effort and a spectacular save by Lawrence Thomas to deny the Englishman the opening goal.
Well, that's wonderful play from Adelaide United. You can go right back to the ball that released it from their back third, ending with Zach Clough with a wonderful strike. Lawrence Thomas at full stretch pads it away. Lovely one-touch, two-touch football from Adelaide United.
Break here for Yengi. He's got around Kitto. Rigo sticking with him. Just too many for Kusini Yengi, but Nieuwenhof ensures that the Wanderers will continue their forward momentum. Set up by Borrello. Here he is again, the Socceroo, Brandon Borrello. And it was just the faintest of touches by Gauci. Maybe he saw that one late.
I think he had an obstructed view, and it was at the very last second. Managed to get a thumb on it. It's a wonderful play from Western Sydney. Brandon Borrello again at the heart of it. Little 1-2, give and go, then spins around. You see here, it comes through legs, and you see right at the last second, Joe Gauci just sticks out the paw. Oh, Makoto was right there.
Lockie Bar. Alagic finding Goodwin. This looks dangerous for Adelaide. Goodwin. And Murchler got his body in the way. Adelaide corner.
Yeah, it's good play from Ethan Alagic. He's held his position, found some space and then found Craig Goodwin.
Might have played Zach Clough in.
Yeah, I think that's what we all thought was going to happen.
Who's going to provide the goals? Clough again, short this time for Goodwin. Change of angle for the Englishman. And nodded in beautifully by Ben Warland. It's only his second ever goal in the A-League men's competition. And it gives Adelaide a priceless lead. Less than 10 minutes before the break.
Well, they've been so dangerous this season from corners. This would be their 10th for the season now. Lovely little wraparound from Zach Clough. And the ball is an absolute peach for Warland, who gets up and just helps it on into that far post corner. Harvey Norman replay shows Warland off to celebrate. But it was a delicious ball in. Finds himself a little space in between centre-backs. And Warland does the rest. A glancing header. And Adelaide find themselves 1-0 up.
Ninkovic. Beautiful turn by the Serbian. And Makoto. Into the box, out it pops. Ninkovic! Really smart save down to its right by Joe Gavci. Still awaiting that first goal in Wanderers colours. Milos Ninkovic. Good effort this.
They've done that well tonight, Western Sydney. Play into the striker's feet, who's dropped it off. This time it was Ninkovic with the strike.
Halloran crowded out. Malfitano. Borello. Always so hard-working, Brandon Borello. Good strength. Thought about the shot there, I think. And Makoto, dangerous ball. 1-1. Kusini Yengi scores in consecutive matches for just the second time in his A-League career, and the Wanderers are all square just before the break. And it was beautifully worked.
Well, wonderful timing. Brendan Borello fought hard on the Harvey Norman replay. Draws in a number of defenders, and Makoto just looks up, and it's a powerful run from Yengi at the back post. You see the little look from Makoto, just puts it across that danger area, and it is weighted to perfection. Kusini Yengi with the run at the back post. Look at that pass into the danger area, right between defenders and goalkeeper, and Yengi's at the back post to put it away. Fantastic football for Western Sydney Wanderers. Teams playmakers finding the space to get on the ball, create opportunities.
Maybe time for one final opportunity. Is it going to go the way of the Reds? Goodwin into the box, danger looming for the Wanderers. Clough, foul by Yengi, free kick. Just in Craig Goodwin territory as well. Big chance this for the Reds. Zach Clough there as well, just to keep him guessing. They've got the draft excluder as well, in behind the wall. Needs to get the protractor out here, Craig Goodwin. Aidan Simmons has that unenviable job. The boos ring out. Craig Goodwin, couple of paces. And huge disappointment for the Reds. Huge relief for the red and black. And that is half-time of a contest between teams second and third on the ladder that has really lived up to its billing. Terrific stuff. Ben Warland putting the Reds ahead after Zach Clough's pinpoint delivery, and then Kusini Yengi with his second goal in as many games after Brendan Borello's determination and Yeti and Bakoto's pinpoint cross. Super game this. Hopefully lots more to come in the second half. At the break row, it's Western Sydney Wanderers 1, Adelaide United 1. If they win tonight, they are that much closer to the league leaders. Let's see what transpires. And let's hope, Daniel McBreen, it's as good as the first 45.
Well, I was going to say, let's just have more of the same, please. It was a fantastic performance. Both teams look dangerous going forward. Both have confidence of recent weeks with plenty of attacking forays and goals.
Lovely ball by Alagic to play in Halloran. Now it's with Clough. And Simmons' diligence at the back post as he's been all evening.
He's done well, hasn't he?
Scott's bodies behind the ball. Now they'll look to break through Yengi. Dorigo won't let them. Adelaide keeping the pressure on. Floated towards the back post, and it will be yet another Adelaide United corner.
Yeah, great pressure from Adelaide United. Western Sydney struggling to get the ball away. Again, will be some quality delivery. Just saw from Craig Goodwin, just above that 6-yard area.
And the noise at the moment being made by that small knot of Reds fans in the corner. Their hero in front of them, Craig Goodwin, drives it in towards an in post. It's worked again. Same combination from the corner. And Ben Warland has a double. Absolutely extraordinary.
Well, I said in the half-time talk that he took his first one like a hardened striker, and he's done it again. Harvey Norman replay shows Craig Goodwin with the delivery exactly where we said, right across the 6-yard. And Ben Warland makes a great run, finds the space, and another emphatic header puts Adelaide in front again. Look at that. Nothing that Lawrence Thomas could do about that. He just stands and watches. And the pressure was brewing from Adelaide United. Another wonderful delivery, another goal.
Kitto. Goodwin in for the wall pass, didn't quite come off. Makoto backed into a corner, and has he given away the corner? He has. Virtually unable to retrieve it in time.
Oh, good pressure. Craig Goodwin, the ball was given away.
Conversation with Lachlan Barr, his central defensive partner. As he go towards that near post again, surely the Wanderers have learned their lesson. It's in that area, out it comes for Halloran! Great save! And Kitto and Isuzu steers it in! 3-1 for Adelaide United. And again, the Wanderers just could not deal with the corner. And this time it's Isuzu that profits. And it's a long way back for Marco Rudan's team now.
Well, they have looked so fragile from the set pieces and the corners. As the ball comes out to Halloran, it's a great save on the Harvey Norman replay from Lawrence Thomas. But they're sleeping Western Sydney Wanderers. And as the ball comes back out, Ryan Kitto's first, with the awareness to poke it into Isuzu, who had the easiest of tasks to tap it away. Right where all good strikers should be, right in the mix-up. But Marco Rudan will be livid with his defenders, and Carl Veert will be over the moon with his attackers, because that is a wonderful goal. They just seem to be a team oozing confidence, don't they? The way they move the ball around.
However, Lopez has his pocket picked by Amalfitano. Here's Ninkovic, just not quite enough on that for the run of Mbakoto. And credit to Ethan Alagic, who got back to put him behind for a corner.
Fast break from Western Sydney Wanderers. You see the thought process behind Ninkovic there, just trying to put it into the path of his teammate. Ethan Alagic in the defensive duties well.
Still over half an hour to go in this one. Makoto's corner. Marcelo! There's one back. His first goal in red and black. A captain's knock. And they needed that Marco Redan's team. Back in the game at 3-2.
Well, are we going to see another goal fest? 5 already. It's a wonderful ball in. Harvey Norman replay shows it was quite simple from Marcelo. He's there with Kiddo. Doesn't have to do too much. Just gets up. Powerful header. And he gets Western Sydney back in the contest. With half an hour to go, it's game on.
And another goal from a corner. Clough. Goodwin. Beautiful stuff by the Reds. Halloran, Iwasuki in the back post. Goodwin, cleared off the line. Clough! And then Lawrence Thomas pounces on the ball. Well, this is terrific stuff. They're putting on a show tonight, these two. Milanovic. Lost the ball. And here's Irankunda with a better chance to finish it. And Thomas denies it. Well, he did everything right, Nestor Irankunda. Shot was low and hard on target, but maybe just a fraction too close to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a good ball from Ivanovic into the path of the young man Irankunda, and we've seen him in this position so often, and it's normally in the back of the net, but this time Lawrence Thomas.
Shut down by Alagic. Irankunda must head for the hills, the Pennant Hills. And there's a bit of argy-bargy with Nieuwenhof, who gets shown a yellow card, and Irankunda wants to take it further. Oh, this is all getting ugly. Lachlan Barr and Marcelo now squaring up. Two big, strong men, goodness me. Locked in a bear hug. And the game that has been so wonderfully enjoyable to watch in terms of quality ends in acrimony, and Marcelo is shown a red card for the second time this season. And a week in which he's signed a new contract with a club and scored a goal tonight ends in misery for the Brazilian. Didn't really need to get involved.
Oh, it was pure stupidity from Marcelo. He's grabbed 3 players in a headlock. He had no reason to get involved.
Is there anything for Lockie Barr for his involvement? Nestor Irankunda gets a yellow. That's probably fair enough, because he and Nieuwenhof with the initial little flashpoint there. Nieuwenhof was booked as well. Lockie Barr, who then went chasing after Marcelo, appears to have got away with it.
Look at this, you can't do that. First he grabs Irankunda around the face in a headlock. And Lockie Barr doesn't need to get involved, but here we go again. Again, you can see the headlock. It's all happening all over the place.
We're about to tick over into the 6th minute of stoppage time. There's probably going to be at least another couple. Schneiderlin now wearing the captain's armband. Sent forward by Simmons. Easily nodded away by Warland. Carluccio. Late off the bench. Irankunda will prevent that getting through to Traoré. Now try and get around the outside. Not quite going to be able to do that. Nieuwenhof. Some effort for him to get through 90+ minutes on the back of his European trip with the Olyroos. Foul by Dorigo. They've got 2 balls on the pitch. Now, yellow card's going to be shown not to Marco Redan, but goalkeeping coach Jess Van Straten. for something said. What else can happen here tonight? Pure frustration.
Well, this could be the last opportunity for Western Sydney. They've almost imploded really at the end, but they still have a chance.
And this ball from Schneiderlin has got to be a good one. Zach Clough hasn't even bothered going getting changed after being substituted. Adelaide are almost there, but not quite. Schneiderlin, too flat. Borello, and he put in a better ball. It's not bad. Walland sees it out. And there was a foul in there by Carluccio on Ben Walland, which will probably allow Adelaide to run the clock down. He's been one of their big heroes tonight.
He has. He's been not only the dual goal scorer, but he's been a rock at the back as well. You can see there Carluccio just coming through late. He's had a fantastic game tonight. I think it's one that he'll forget in a hurry.
I think it's one that any of us will forget in a hurry. Meetings between these two clubs this season have been nothing short of riveting. And we're in the 8th minute of stoppage time. And Sean Evans says, that will do. Wow, what a game, what a contest. The boos ring out for the Wanderers fans. They're disappointed, but they played their part in an exemplary game of football. It was quite simply a 90 plus minutes that had everything. And at the end of it all, it's the Reds who go marching on. 11 unbeaten now, and just 1 point behind Melbourne City in that race for the Premiership. The Wanderers defeated on their own turf for just the 3rd time this season. They will surely still play finals football, but it's Carl Veert's team who are on fire at the moment, and their spot in the top 6 now confirmed. It's all ending acrimoniously again. Tomislav Merchler with a bit to say to Eugene Galekovic, I fancy, the Adelaide goalkeeping coach, as tempers fray once more. We had 5 goals and that late red card shown to Marcelo of the Wanderers. And of those 5 goals, 3 were scored by central defenders. And they end up having the final say, almost quite literally in the case of Tomislav Merchler, who's maybe even having a word with Andy Harper on the sidelines. Wow. Well, we're not going to be short of things to talk about in the post-game show, that's for sure. The bare bones, couple of goals for Ben Walland and 1 for Hiroshi Ibasuki for the Reds. Enough to see off the Wanderers, for whom Marcelo and Yengi made it a game to remember again between these two. Full time at CommBank, Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Adelaide United 3.